Hello, good morning, good afternoon. Okay, this is Ahmed Mekkawi. I just want to share with you some key points that you would need to be sure that you understand very well before you take Oracle OCI Foundation exam. Those are very essential for and will help you a lot in passing the exam. So please pay a lot of attention to those points. Okay, you still need to go through all the training in Oracle University, but those are very essential points. Let's start. So as you know that Oracle, that there is already now, there is 6 certification from Oracle Cloud that you can take for free. Today we are going to focus on the foundation. The exam is 60 questions. The passing score is 68%, so it's not that high. It's easy exams. Most of the questions are straightforward. All the questions are multiple choice, so it's very important. Just prepare to it well, and you will pass. Inshallah. Okay, so let's start. So the first thing that you need to understand very well is to understand the high-level architecture of OCI, to understand the region, the availability domains, and the folder domains. In summary, the regions is yeah, regions are locations, different locations where Oracle have data centers. The point for regions that's if any disaster happened in one region, it will not affect the other regions. Availability domain, this is isolated data centers located in each region. Oracle sometimes in some regions Oracle isolate different data centers. Every data center will be having its own network, its own bandwidth, its own power, its own cooling. So it's completely different, except just it's in only in one region. Then within the availability domain, you just have fault domains, which is logical data center. And this data center, you just have to, this logical data center, you just need to be sure when you are putting your workload, you try to divide it between those fault domains. So those are the 3 main design. All the details are in the course already, but this is you need to understand those concepts, and you need to understand that before you need to use any region, you must subscribe to this region. Otherwise, you will not be able to use the resources in any of those regions. Okay, so let's see the high availability and what's so the fault domains will protect you against failure within the availability domains. The availability domains will protect you within failure within the region. The regions will be the best and optimum high availability solutions. If you deploy your applications in 2 different regions, this is the best for you, the best design for it, because this will protect you from any disaster happening in any one region. And this is the maximum high availability. Okay, so you need to understand our SLAs is on availability, on the management and the performance. Okay, so now, and also when you go to compute, you have to understand there is five services Oracle provide to compute. The bare metal, which is you get a dedicated hardware for yourself. You start to put your hypervisor, OS, and everything. A dedicated virtual host. This is like the bare metal. This is like the bare metal, but the difference that you will be able to deploy directly virtual machines. Oracle will provide you the hypervisor. The only thing that you need to understand here that it's still you will be built for all the hardware for the dedicated host. You just pay for the whole hardware that you buy, regardless of how many the number of virtual machines. The details in the course. Virtual machines. This is the virtual machine. If you just pick up a shape that you want to use, and you just provision it. Container engine. This is Kubernetes for this is Oracle Kubernetes engine, and this is if you want to deploy containers. Functions. This is when you just want to run some code on a temporary basis. Let's say you have a function, or you have a piece of code that will be running every if a certain trigger happen. So it's not running every day. So just put it as a function. Whenever this trigger happen, Oracle will go pick up, get this code and execute it, and return the result to the user, and then terminate this code. So you just pay for the execution time. So this is very important. So this is so so here you need to understand what are the services that you are having. So in bare metal, you have to provide yourself virtualization, operating system, and so on. For dedicated virtual host operating system, you get the virtualization from Oracle, but you have to do your operating system. For the virtual machines, is still the same. A container, no, you just go to the containers, or you just deploy your containers, and for function you do deploy your code. Okay, here is very important. This is for storage. You need to understand very well the different storage options. For the local NVMEs, those are local, so they are temporary, based on the life cycle of the instance itself. They are high performance. They are based on blocks. They are block storage, considered block storage. You can use it for data warehousing, NoSQL, LLTP. For volume, but you have to understand that this is not encrypted. There is no encryption on local, because it's local, so no encryption. Oracle doesn't take backup or encryptions. For block volume, this is encrypted by default because this is remote already. It is like the SAN. You think about it like a SAN. Then use it for boot volumes. You use it for data disks, for any instance. For file storage, this is NFS share. You can just share. It's a shared file system. Use it. You put Oracle. You put binaries on it. You put general purpose shared file system. It's also encrypted by default. Object storage, you have two types of object storage: object storage and archive storage. Object storage, this is the hot data when you need to put data on the object storage, and you need to retrieve it immediately. For archive storage, this data is you put it in the archive storage, but to access this data you will need about 4 hours to start accessing the data. So accessing the data is not immediate. So that is the difference. But the point that's for the archive storage is the cheapest storage option. Because you just you can see the pricing in the course about 10 times cheaper than the rest of the storage. But you need to understand this is not immediate. It's you have to wait some time until archiving. If you want something immediate, then you have to use the object storage. Okay, so what's the object storage used for? It's for unstructured data in general, logs, images, videos, and so on. Okay, then you have to understand very well the different gateways that you are having. First, you have let's start them from bottom to up. The NAT gateway. NAT gateway is when you have a private subnet, and you want this subnet to be able to access to the internet. So because it's a private subnet, it doesn't have a public IP, so you use a NAT gateway. This NAT gateway will allow those private IPs to go to the internet, get any updates, get any browsing or anything that you need from the internet, but it will not allow any connection from the internet to go through the NAT gateway. So it's one direction only. Then you have the internet gateway. This allows your VCN to go from your instance in the VCN to go to the internet, to access the internet, and allow also the internet to access your VCN. So it's double bi-direction. It's double bi-direction. But here you have to have public IPs. Then you have the DRG, or dynamic routing gateway. This is a virtual router. You use it to connect to outside Oracle VCN. So our outside our Oracle Cloud. So you connect it either to or outside your region for specific, to be specific. So you use the DRG to connect to Oracle to your on-prem, or to connect to two different regions. If you have two different regions and you want to have a connection between them to be linked as one VCN, you just use the DRG. Then you have the service gateway. This allows your VCN to access Oracle services without accessing the internet, without going to the internet. Whether you don't need to use internet gateway or NAT gateway. So it's internally everything, all the services, all Oracle, all your VCN instance can access any service in Oracle Cloud through the service gateway without going through the internet. Okay, so and then you have also a load balancer. You need to understand that the load balancer is used to this. If you have multiple instances, you have the load on multiple instances. Then you have if you have your application running on multiple instances, you use a load balancer to distribute the load between them. And there is a lot of features in the load balancer, all in the full training. This is just a very brief summary. Okay, so and here is the communication thing. The communication. There are to communicate to your on-prem. You have two main type of connection: IPsec, VPN, and fast connect. IPsec. This is you connect. You use a VPN connection. This is a very quick. It's a quick setup. You don't need. There is no physical connections here. You just have to do some configuration. So it's very quick. It can be used for demos or proof of concepts or any type of like this. Then you have fast connect. This is you need a physical connection between your on-prem to Oracle. It will be having a physical link. The good thing in it that it is very fast. It can start with 10 gig, so it's very 10 gig network. It's very fast, way faster than the IPsec VPN, but it takes some time. You need to because you need to set up this physical circuit. Okay, then you have the autonomous database. You just need to understand the different features of the autonomous database. You have two types of autonomous databases, ATP and ADW. ATP, this is for online transaction, ADW for data warehousing. You have two deployments, yeah, dedicated or shared. Dedicated, this when you get all the Exadata hardware for yourself. Shared, this is when you just get a database, autonomous database, but the Exadata infrastructure is shared between different customers. Okay, what are the automatic features that is already automated in an autonomous database? It do automatic backup, automatic patching, upgrading, automatic tuning. Everything is almost automatic. Okay, so then you have to understand. So the different database services that we are having, the minimum one that the minimum management required is on the autonomous database. For the other types, it's customer has to do some management. The minimum goes if you just customer doesn't want the max, just want to minimize his part of administration. He just choose the autonomous database. Also, you have to understand that in VMs you can upgrade the storage online. In bare metal, you upgrade the CPU online. In Exadata, you can upgrade within the Exadata rack. In autonomous, you upgrade both CPU and the storage online. Also for rack options, it's either the VM, the DB systems, or Exadata. So just to understand this. And also for data guard, data guard is not supported yet on autonomous database. So just review this table and be sure that you understand the different services. Okay. So now what on the cloud, there is a shared model. So Oracle managed network, storage, servers, and virtualization. You start to manage from the operating system and everything on top of the operating system. So this is, you have to understand your operating system, your middleware, your application, your data. Okay, then you have the cost tracking tags. This is a concept that whenever you create any resource, you can put a tag on it. This tag make sure help you to track costs. For example, if you have different departments and you want to or different applications. For example, you have different applications. One applications for HR, and one applications for, or one application for time attendance, for example, and one application for web application. So the web application, you can, any resource on the web application, you can tag it with web, for example, and for any resources for attendance, you call it, you tag it with attendance, or HR, for example. Then whenever you retrieve the cost, whenever you retrieve a report on the cost, you just filter it by tags. So you can see all the resources that's, for example, the web tier is costing you, and you can also find all the costs that's the attendance costing you. So it's, you just put tags and then you filter on those tags. So now and this is how you can see in the cost analysis, you can filter, you can use the tags, you can use compartments, and you choose the start and end date for you, and then you can filter by compartment and tags. Compartment, this is also, as we, this is in the course, you can, it's a logical definition, subdividing all the resources between your all resources. It's, you can think about it as if it is a department, so every department you put its own resources together. Okay, and also there is on Oracle, there is a usage report. This usage report is generated daily, and it is stored for 1 year. This is a CSV file. You can download it and create your own dashboard to view the resources, the money that you, the cost per resource, cost per compartment, and you can start to create some dashboards to understand your billing, your billing. Okay, then you have to understand the free tier, that Oracle has two free tier, one free tier and one always free. The free tier is for you get $300 for 30 days. You can consume a lot of services from the based on this amount of money during this 30 days, and then you get an always free tier. This service is unlimited. There is no time, unlimited time as long you are using it. So, and it gives you 2 autonomous databases, it gives you 2 compute instances, it gives you block storage, it gives you object storage, it gives you archive, it gives you load balancer. So it is very it is enough to build a complete application on it for proof of concept. So just understand the always free tier and the free tier. Then we have to understand the difference between, we have to understand the difference between Oracle and other vendors. So we have on the technical, we have of Vox network virtualization. The virtualization here is not in the hypervisor or the machine. It go on the network, so it reduce the overhead and allow any hardware like engineering system to be plugged in the network. You have bare metal. It has also, the bare metal has local NVMs. You also have SSDs. All the storage is SSDs. So flashat. There is no network or CPU or memory over subscription. A lot of Oracle, all SaaS or NetSuite and the SaaS applications are all already running on OCI. On DB options, you have bare metal, you have VMs, you have Exadata, you have rack. It supports all enterprise application workload. On business level, it is way cheaper than AWS. It give you SLAs on performance management and availability. You can have bring your own license. You can have universal credit. And you get all the support on the application level and the OCI from Oracle. Also there are two concepts. If customer has a big amount of data that it's hard for them to transfer to Oracle through the network, so he can use data transfer disks or data transfer appliance. This the disks, this is he get those disks and put his data, encrypt them, and send those disks to Oracle, and Oracle will load them to the object storage for him. Data transfer appliance, this he can rent appliance. He get those appliance from Oracle, upload his data, encrypt it, send back the appliance to Oracle, and then just he will get the data. Oracle will retrieve those data for him on the object storage. He can just use them. So those are two options that can be when you have a very big data that you want to send, and network will not be efficient for it. So those are key points. Please remember them. Please also try to fix it, to try to solve, try to go through the exam that is the sample exam that's in the training, and make sure that you understand those points. And I'm sure that you will be able to pass the exam. Best of luck, everyone. And if you need anything, please don't hesitate to call me or reach me. Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.